Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the second part of the Road to AWS series and one step closer to your AWS certifications. In today's episode, we will be discussing about what are Amazon Web Services, why you need to go for the AWS certifications, and much more. So what is AWS or Amazon Web Service? Amazon Web Service is a cloud computing platform. Yes, in simple terms, it's basically a cloud computing platform that provides customers with a wide array of cloud services. Cloud services in the sense, like in the previous episode, we discussed about how we can scale our application, and if suppose we have a cloud computing architecture, we can leverage the resources that the cloud computing platform provides or the third-party vendor provides. So Amazon Web Service is basically one of those vendors that can help you grow your infrastructure without incurring the additional costs that you may find in the on-premises infrastructure itself. So basically, when we read the definition, we exactly know that AWS is a subsidiary of Amazon. Yes, it's by Amazon, and that provides an on-demand cloud computing platform and the APIs basically to help the individual and the companies to go and use them as pay-you-go basis. So pay-you-go basis means you need to only pay for the resources that you use and the time that you use, and nothing more than that. So simply once you're done using them, then you can discard the system that you have or the infrastructure that you have, and till the point that you're going to use it, that's the amount of time and that's the amount of money that you're going to pay them. So it's as simple as this. So Amazon Web Service is the world's most comprehensive and broadly adopted cloud platform, because so you might be hearing about AWS since a long time, and the reason because they are so famous is because of flexibility and the services that they provide and the easy to use interface as well. So this is why AWS has been dominant in the cloud platform region, and that's why we are going to do a certification on this and learn how the craft actually works. So AWS also has one more advantage, and this one of the few advantages that they have, like lower cost and become more agile and innovate faster. So when we talked about how cloud computing can improve our application, so by lowering the cost of the actual infrastructure that we can have and becoming more agile and more productive and innovating much more faster, because you can spin off any of the resources as you want and you can use them, and you can do your computation or the application you can run on them and just innovate faster. Or it means like innovate faster in the sense you can just deploy faster, you can execute faster and deliver faster. Okay, what's the second thing? Why should you use cloud platform like AWS or Amazon Web Service? The first point is because Amazon Web Service is a leading cloud platform. So when you talk about leading cloud platforms, it means that they are the ones who will be very much keen in adopting the latest technologies and the latest features, and they will be innovating on their side to provide as many facilities that they can to you. Using AWS gives you the freedom to basically develop new technology applications and as well leveraging their resources to improve your computational power. Yeah, so the first important point that you need to remember, other than the ones that are mentioned here, or along with that I'll talk on the basis of all the points that are mentioned here. First one is the ease to use. AWS is designed to allow application providers like ISVs and vendors to quickly and securely host your applications. So whether an existing application or a new SaaS based application, so you can use the AWS Management Console or well-documented web service APIs to access AWS's application hosting platform. So this is one of the major advantages that you have with AWS, the ease of use. The flexibility part comes when AWS enables you to select a particular operating system or a programming language or a web application platform or a database or any other service that you need. With AWS, you receive a virtual environment that lets you load the software and services your application requires. This eases the migration process for existing applications while preserving options for building new solutions. So when you're trying to migrate to a new architecture or a new environment, you just don't need to worry about the underlying cost that you might incur in your side to basically set up all those things. You can use their environment, use the latest technologies that they have, all the new software or new technologies that you can find in the market. They already have a software for that, and you can install them on their environment and you can use it. And the third thing is the cost effectiveness. Obviously, you pay only for the compute power, storage and other resources you use, with no long-term contract or upfront commitments. So what basically it means is like you only pay for the resources that you use, and the amount of time that you use is the basically the money that you're going to pay. So let's suppose you're going to use a VM for 1 hour, then you will be paying for that much amount of money. The fourth thing is the reliability. The reliability is a very important factor because you need a high availability and you need fault tolerance to be there for any of the application that you have, because customer always sees the high availability and the load that your application can take. So reliability is a very important factor for your products as well. With AWS, you take advantage of a scalable, reliable and secure global computing infrastructure. Suppose your customers are residing in different regions like UK or US or China or Singapore, so then you can leverage their AWS regions capability to host the applications near to that location, give your users the high availability and low latency. Low latency means if you are trying to access a site, it should not take much amount of time to basically, you should have faster access to it. All these things you don't need to worry about now. We will be going to in depth on all these things and we will be discussing on how it works and how we can actually leverage this. The next thing is basically like being scalable and providing high performance. So using AWS tools like auto scaling and elastic load balancing, your applications can scale up or down based on demand. So basically, let's suppose you have 100 users trying to connect in the day and like 1000 users connecting in the night time, then you can scale them accordingly. Let's suppose you need only 3 VMs in the morning time and you need to spin off 6 VMs. On the timely basis, you can spin off automatically based on the load that you have. Okay, these are the few basic Amazon Web Services that you have. For the database part that you have, we have got Amazon DynamoDB. This is basically a NoSQL database. The gateways, API gateways they have. For security, they have IAM and KMS. KMS is basically your key management store and IAM is basically your identity management. For every bit of information that you need, for every bit of feature that you need for your application, they have got everything in place. For the elastic load balancing, they have the elastic load balancer, the Route 53 for DNS resolution, and the VPCs, AWS Lambda for your serverless computing. Now you might be really overwhelmed by all the services that I'm showing you here, but trust me, when you are through this tutorial series, you will be having a strong hold on all these services and what they mean and what they do and how exactly we can use it, and you can suggest your organization, your friends to how to leverage these services. So why should we go for an AWS certificate? First important thing is actually it helps you validate your technical skills. So let's suppose I have been working in AWS for like 3-4 years now. Anyone who comes up to me and he will have a judgmental attitude towards me if I don't have a certificate. So I'm not saying that it is bad to not have a certificate. I'm just saying that you need to have validation for your technical skills. So, because anywhere you go on an interview, so they might probably choose a particular person who has a certification already with him. So the shortlisting itself takes place at the first place before you even giving the interview. So having a certificate gives you enough leverage to at least go and attend the interviews itself. So in this real-time scenario, when you're working in a particular project and there is a particular solution that the company wants you to put in, your skills are the ones that are going to help you. And your expertise on cloud is what you're going to help you. So learning something new and staying or keeping yourself updated is one of the key goals that everyone should have in the career. So once you have your certificate, you will be certified in the global community of AWS, and basically you will have free practice exams as well. Be events for AWS that they organize and you might get invited as well, and exam discounts. Yes, once you give your first certification, you will get a 50% discount on the second examination. So you'll get a coupon code in which you will get a 50% discount on the next exam that you give. So this is one of the best feature that I feel. Yes, the digital batches. The digital batches is one of the things that everyone wants. Basically, like once you appear for the exam and you qualify, AWS basically provides your digital batch that you can attach it to your LinkedIn profile to just show off that yeah, you have got the certificate, and that's pretty cool, isn't it? So the next thing is AWS certification overview. So yes, there is a lot of certifications for AWS that anyone can do at this point of time. So starting from we have the cloud practitioner exam. That's one of the foundational examinations that they have, and moving forward there are 3 roles that you can see here. One is a certified solution architect that goes forward and you become a professional in that, and one is the DevOps engineering side where they have 2 levels as well, like one is an associate and one is a professional, and the third thing is SysOps admin and the DevOps engineering professional. I would advise you to go either in this direction, like you complete your cloud practitioner, then come for the solutions architect, and then go for the solution architect professional. Or if you want to follow any single trait of your choice, like if you want to be a solutions architect, you can follow this. You want to be a DevOps engineer, you can either go for this or this. But in general, mostly to have all the certificates is one of the dreams that everyone has, and that's what we will be aiming for. But we'll start from AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate, and this tutorial is basically for this. And there are other specialty certificates as well, like one of the big data certificates that you have, or the certified security specialty, and one more is there for the advanced networking. So basically you also can go towards that if you have that requirement. So but I would advise to go towards first completing your cloud practitioner to get an overview of what exactly the services that AWS has, so that it becomes a little bit easier for you when you go for the solutions architect. But it's not necessary to exactly complete the cloud practitioner and then come for the solutions architect, because there is no eligibility criteria in this. You can start off from the solutions architect and go forward learning actually what the services AWS has, and then preparing for the exam for the solutions architect. So you can start from this anyways. So this is what we are aiming for in this tutorial series, the digital batch for AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. And yes, we are going to aim to clear it with flying colors and scoring as many marks as possible, like going towards the 99% or 97% or the 98%. That's what we will be aiming for. Everyone who appears for the exam has to share their scores on the comment section, so that we get to know and we as a family can get together and celebrate that. And yes, you will skyrocket your career, because with the certificate that you're going to get from AWS, everyone is going to come up to you and going to ask you, how did you do it, how did you clear it, and can you share the details with us? And you're going to point them to the channel that we have here, and they are going to learn as well on how we can crack this examination and how to score good marks in AWS Certified Solutions Architect examination.